everyone and welcome back to Homebound Canada. In this channel, we talk about everything related to home buying and real estate in Canada. Now, if you've watched our previous videos, we've talked about things like navigating your home buying journey here in Canada, especially for someone who's a newcomer here in Canada or an immigrant just like me. And then we've also talked about different types of homes in Canada and which home you should go for when it comes to home buying, as per your family size, your preferences, and just the type of home you like to live in. Today, we're going to talk about something rather important and we don't really think of because of all the excitement and the congratulations coming in and just celebrating because we've bought that new home, right? We don't think about this thing until we really move into our new house and we are silently sitting in our couch enjoying our new home, and then suddenly this thought creeps in that, oh my god, now I have to pay many monthly bills. So if you keep watching this video, maybe by the end of it, we will help you give some kind of peace of mind and help you manage your monthly expenses and finances better, because you'll know your monthly bills, your utility bills, your electricity, gas bills, and many other bills that may come once you move into your new homes. Yes, we are going to talk about your monthly expenses and those bills which will start coming in as soon as you move into your new home. The first bill that I can think of, or the first expenditure that I can think of, because it's so cold outside right now in Canada, is the gas bill, or also known as the heating bill. Canada is a cold country, so we can only imagine how important the heating system in the house can be. The bill, especially during the winter, can average from anything from $120 to $150 a month. But keeping in mind that this is something that may come during the winter. I haven't lived in my house during the summer, so I wouldn't be able to know exactly what the amount may be, but it will significantly come down in the summer because we do not require that much of heating. But for now, we can safely say that the bill can be anywhere around $150 to $200 per month for your gas and heating. So another important bill here is the electricity bill. I don't have to say this out loud. Everybody knows that electricity bill depends on the usage of electricity. It depends on how many appliances you have in the house, how much of appliances do you use, how frequently do you use it, how frequently you use your dishwasher, or how frequently you do the laundry. Everything depends on that. But during the winter, since there is no requirement to use the air conditioning, the electricity bill can average from anything starting at $120 a month to $150 a month. But it may shoot up during the summer because we have to use the air conditioning, because believe it or not, it does get hot here in Canada. So it might go up by a few bucks during the summer, but for now, an average of $150 to $180 a month is a safe bet, I think, to say. And also one tip for electricity is that if you use your appliances, let's say if you do your laundry or if you wash the dishes in your dishwasher after 7 p.m. on weekdays, the usage rate of electricity is lower. I think it's almost half, and then your electricity bills are lower. So if you want your electricity bills to come down, my advice would be not to use washing machines or dishwasher or any heavy appliances that may take up a lot of electricity during the day, and try and stick to doing your laundry and your dishes during the night so that you can save some money there. Now that we've talked about all these obvious and important bills like the gas and heating bill and electricity bill, we kind of think that we're pretty much done. But bam! Wait until you get to your water heater rental bill or your furnace bill or air conditioning rental bill. Not to confuse you, many people in Canada typically rent a water heater. Some people also own it, but it's expensive to own a water heater, obviously. So people often go for renting because they cannot afford a water heater yet. So the rent is actually not much. The rent can average anywhere around $20 per month to $30 or $35 per month, which is not a lot actually, but it is highly suggested that you own a water heater, as it is better for the long run, especially if your home is like a forever home that you want to live for the rest of your life. So it's very it's suggested, or it's highly recommended, to own a water heater. Obviously everything has a pro and con, so owning a water heater also has its con. If you own a water heater, then if there's any damage or any repair has to be done to the water heater, it's really your headache, and there are no surprises there that fixing a water heater cannot be cheap. It can be really expensive. So it's all on you, and it's all your headache to get that repair done. But on the flip side, if you rent a water heater, and if there's any damage or any repair needs to be done, then you can just call the rental company and they'll come and get the job done for you. You don't have to really worry about anything. Okay, so this new cost is something which is called a home insurance. Personally, this took me by surprise because I had never, this whole journey was very new for me. Home buying was very new for me. While I had heard of other expenses like, water, electricity, gas, and all of those, but home insurance was something I didn't even think about, and I think I didn't even know that it was such an important part of buying and owning a home. Having said that, it's not actually legally required to get a home insurance. It's completely up to you. It's optional, but it is highly recommended as well. If you talk to your real estate agent or your lawyer or anyone who owns a home in Canada, they will highly recommend you to get a home insurance. It's just for the peace of mind, and because if there's any unexpected repairs required, or in case of fire especially, a home insurance really comes in handy. It can be a bit much for about like $150 a month, but it really gives you a peace of mind, and I think it's really worth it. And like many other Canadians and many other real estate agents and mortgage brokers and lawyers, I would also highly recommend getting a home insurance. As I mentioned, the average is about $100 or $150 per month, depending on what insurance you go for and which insurance company you go for and buy the insurance from, but it really gives you a peace of mind. So I was just going through the list of all the expenditures that come across when you become a homeowner, and I just came across the most important expenditure of all time is the internet, also known as the lifeline. So the internet, right? You cannot live without it. You need it for your Netflix, your Amazon, and many of us working from home these days, we really need like a steady and good internet, which gives us good speed. And if you need to download heavy files, we don't want to be waiting forever for those files to get downloaded. We have so many Zoom calls and Teams meetings, so you don't really want to get yourself buffered on those meetings. So internet is obviously one of the most important expenditure that comes with the home buying. You need a good internet and stable internet. Having said all of that, the expenditure for a good and stable internet might come up to $50 a month, depending on, again, this all depends on who you go with and what kind of company you go with, and how many gigabytes of internet you need and you think is required for your work or your streaming services and all of that. But an average, a good internet can be averaged for $50 a month. Okay, now this is a very interesting one. Again, like the home insurance, this also took me by disappointment because I had to pay more money out of my wallet, which is the property tax. Unlike the home insurance, property tax is mandatory. You legally have to pay property tax. Many mortgage brokers and many banks where you get the mortgage from generally recommend you to club your property tax together with your mortgage, so that all of that monthly expenditure is accumulated and paid together as a whole when you pay your mortgage, and the bank directly pays the property tax to the government. But many people also prefer to pay the property tax separately on their own. For my peace of mind, what I've done is I just pay my property tax with my mortgage, so that one more expenditure of my list is cancelled out and I don't have to think about it anymore. But yeah, the property tax is something that just is like hiding somewhere and comes and takes you by surprise. And the average is again around $150 to $200 a month, depending on where you live. If you live in slightly a fancy neighborhood, then your property tax may be higher. It just depends on where you live, and accordingly you are taxed. But it is a mandatory cost. Legally, you have to pay your property tax per month. Okay, so now I have my list out to give you an accurate representation of what I pay. I'm very bad with maths and numbers, so I cannot remember this one by one. So I have my list out so that I can give you a correct, at least an accurate representation of how much I pay and how much one can expect to pay once you own a home. Now, electricity on average, I pay $130 a month. Again, higher in summer with AC, lower in winter with heating. So right now I'm on an average of $130 a month. Gas and heating, my bill usually comes up around $120 a month. It does dip on the summer, so I have not lived in my house in the summer, so I really know how much I will pay this gas and heating once summer arrives. So we'll see then. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Number 3, water heater rental. So I pay $40 a month for this. Yeah, I do pay $40 a month for this. $20 is for the water heater rental and $20 more is for the plumbing insurance. The same company offered me a plumbing insurance for $20 more, and I think it's a good idea to take it because plumbing here is also very, very expensive. So if there's any plumbing issue in my house, the same company will come and take care of it for me for no charge upfront. So that covers my so these $40 cover my water heater charge rental and my plumbing insurance as well, which I think is a good deal, and to have that assurance that the plumbing issues can be fixed without breaking your bank is really, really satisfying for me. So I just went ahead with it. Home insurance, my home insurance cost about $150 a month, which is I think most average home insurance cost. Many people, I don't have a car, but many people what they do is they club their car insurance and home insurance together, and I think the monthly premium comes much lower, and I might just do that when I own a car eventually, but for now I pay $150 a month, which is a fair average. I think so at least. And then there's internet, which is $50 a month. Pretty average, but totally worth it because I really love my internet speed. Everything works really seamlessly, so I think $50 a month is very, very fair for the internet bill. And then there is the property tax, which is, as I mentioned, legally you have to pay property tax to the government, and it can come around, I pay $150 a month, but it really depends on where you live. Somewhere it can be lower, somewhere it can be higher, but I live in Hamilton, Ontario, and I pay $150 a month. So there you have it. These are all your monthly expenditures and bills that you may expect to pay every month once you start moving in and once those bills start coming in. I know a mortgage already is a lot, and in addition these bills sounds very overwhelming at the beginning, but once you get the hang of it and once you start paying those bills, you'll slowly know how to manage your finances and manage these expenses, and I think it'll be smooth sailing from there. It took me 1.5 months to get used to these expenses, and finally now I know how to plan my finances and expenses and can pay my bills quite peacefully now. So I hope this video helped you prepare for some of those monthly expenses that may come along after becoming a homeowner. Thank you for staying till the very end and for watching this video. If you like this content and want to see more of home buying, home owning, and home tips content, please don't forget to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to, please do leave a comment below. I hope this video helped you navigate through some expenses that may come your way, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.